Welcome everyone, it's Fury here, and this is another video about RPG game creation. As always, check this website for more tutorials of various types. Alrighty, so that's where we were for the last time, creating this health component. We compiled it, but we did not run it just to make sure that everything is fine. So we're gonna do it now. But at the moment we don't have anything to like health being shown or anything like this. So any UI or anything like that. So it's pretty small component, as you can see. It's not really a big deal. It's not even having any model because this is health component, right? So it may have some UI at some point, but you know. Okay, so we've got this health component stuff. So let me check what we have here in the player stuff. Okay, and so we have the health component. Alright, we have all that. What can we do? For example, when melee weapon hits somebody, we had this impulse stuff, but now we're gonna also do owner entity. If you have owner, no, doesn't matter. What we're gonna do is if it has owner entity, now we're gonna see if the collider entity is actually having some health stuff. So if p we can actually add this here, include health component. See health component p health or p victim health equals p collider entity get component see health component. Why I'm checking this is because, you know, since now any entity that's gonna have health component assigned is gonna be able to get some damage, no matter if it's player, if it's fucking ball somewhere, it doesn't matter. He's gonna get damaged, which is pretty cool. Okay, so now we should do some stuff like, for example, this is a melee weapon component, and we at the moment we don't have the damage system, which we actually should do. Okay, let's actually implement some simple stuff. Melee, we have item properties. The melee weapon properties. Okay, let's just get the item properties out of here and put it over here. Instead of as item properties, we're gonna have as melee weapon properties. Melee weapon properties. And what melee weapon properties would have? What properties would it be? Let's also, because later I may forget to create new identifier for this. So okay, yeah, did I? Yeah, that's good. So what properties we want to have? Of course, we want to have some damage. You know, later we can complicate it a little bit by, for example, adding some magic to the actual melee weapon. You know, stuff like this. So, but at the moment, float f damage. Maybe some attack speed. Attack speed. Let's just leave it for now, but. Label for this will be just a weapon properties. What we have in here is we need melee weapon properties and damage. That's the only one we have here. So it will be damage. Damage amount, and at the moment let's just do zero damage. So we have this. Let's make a list. Do we have this weapon properties? Yes, it's here. Okay. And now we have to add these properties to our melee weapon stuff. So the best to do would be to go here. Okay, we already have this included here, so let's just do weapon properties. Props. We don't need this to be pointer. That's melee properties. Start props. Okay, with this, maybe we can do start properties, of course, if you have some weapon that is breakable and stuff. But at the moment, let's just leave it like this. Properties. Okay, so now in the melee weapon component, we're gonna add another field, and we're gonna have props. Properties. Melee properties. Let's just do melee settings. Right, it should be fine, I guess. So let's just run this. Let's see what's going on. Okay, it compiled, so we're gonna be probably able to. Now let's just run editor to see if we can actually assign some damage to this weapon. We have our Blade of Fury. Awesome. Unbelievably awesome weapon, actually. Items. Blade of Fury. Melee weapon component. As you can see, this popped up, so we have damage as well. So let's just make it deal 10 damage. Save it up. Whoops, I almost closed it. Alright, so we have all that. We should also do we should go to our melee weapon component here in whoever has some health. Okay, yeah, and then we have to apply some collision and apply some damage. If he has owner entity at all, maybe we could actually check if he has any owner at all, even on the beginning of this collision checking stuff, because why not? Okay, so why we should check the collision stuff if the weapon doesn't have owner, right? So we don't care. We check if the victim or whoever is hit with this has health component, and if it's not MP entity, and we have to check, and if P collider entity is not P owner entity, because we don't have collisions with owner anyway, so it should not be picked up but you never know. So, I mean, yes, it shouldn't happen, but just to make sure, I don't know actually why, but I like to do it. So, we just make sure that we don't apply, damage to the owner of the weapon, because he's constantly like colliding, kind of. So, victim health. So now P victim health. Add health, and how much? Props damage. But we need to reverse that, so we're gonna do minus. We're gonna do minus damage. So that makes sure that we remove from the health, not add, because this way we would have 110 health at the moment, but with the minus we actually remove. So health is fine, but the problem is that if we go against something or someone, then he would be constantly colliding with this, and damage would be applied on every frame, so it would be like and no health at all, which we don't really want to do. Okay, let's just get rid of this impulse stuff. We don't want this to be happening at all. So also we want to apply damage only if victim health. Oh yeah, one more thing we can add to the health component. So we check if the player is alive at all. Whoopsie. Oh, come on. I may need to add something in the future, so I leave it in the brackets. It shouldn't be called like this. Is alive. So we basically check if he's alive at all. Fine. So, because if he's not alive anymore, why would you want to apply any damage or anything, do with anything with this? So, yeah. So we add the health. Okay, we've got this. Properties, damage, okay. So it would be cool to actually create some entity that has health, so we could check it, but okay, before that we have to check that. Look, this way we're gonna apply damage on every frame, which we don't want to happen. We need to apply some, or create some little and very simple attacking system, so that when we press the mouse, then the damage is applied. We probably had something here. Oopsie. Yeah, here. Oh, it's very small. I like it. Let's copy it out. And we have this action stuff. So let's create another action. Void action. Attack. And activation mode. That's all. And here, attack. Why, I don't know why I always type attach. Action, attack. Okay, we've got this, and that's needed. So we want to attack E key with the first mouse button. So I'm gonna go attack. So now if Active mode equals if activation mode is pressed. If it's released as well, of course. If it's down, we don't care, but okay, if it's pressed, well, we should actually grab the currently selected weapon. How is the selection handled in the inventory system of ours? We do the select slot, so we are actually having slot select. Oh no, we actually have some items selected. Get selected item. Ooh, very cool. Oh, I was thinking that it was not that deep, but it is. F p inventory component, get selected item. No. So it doesn't have a possibility. So we have to cast to the weapon. So if see melee weapon component piece get entity, get component, see melee weapon component. So we actually check if the selected item is actually a weapon or maybe something else. So we want to attack only with the weapon. We don't want to attack with, I don't know, having some spices in the hand or whatever. Or meat. So if the selected weapon is actual thing, we could put it here on the top, but okay. Or activation mode equals down, then return, because otherwise, now in this case we can put this on the top. If we did not, then it would be called on every frame while holding down the mouse key, and it would be really inefficient to check those objects on pointers every fucking frame. So we don't want this to happen. So if mouse is pressed, then and selected weapon is valid, and then p selected weapon. Oh no, we don't have actually anything just yet. So we're gonna go to here and let's do maybe void start attack. Okay, start attack. And maybe also void stop attack. Stop and start attack. Okay. I got this. So now, start attack. Okay, we're gonna create some simple flag here. Bool. Or, okay, let's do false. So start attack. B is attacking is true. So here, after actually hitting somebody, we have to, or no, even before, is attacking equals false. So we don't repeat this. Is alive and is attacking. If it's true, then it's false. So we have to stop attacking. B is attacking. Well, this is not gonna be really important here at all. I can even remove this, but because it's handled over here. But maybe at some point in the future we're gonna need stop attack. So you never know. So actually, no, it's gonna be in use because before we take a shot at somebody or something. Alrighty, I guess that would be it. So let's try it out here. Player input. So he selected weapon, start attack. Stop attack. Unfortunately, I don't have model just yet, and I don't have animations for it, so it's gonna be a little bit hard to see how the attack goes. But we'll try to do something. So maybe we could do player input, weapon component, start attack, stop attack, and then okay, let's just do something like this. Cry log always victim victim current health equals okay, that would be fine. So we check every time we hit somebody, this is gonna log in the console. Alright, so we can actually build it. Holy shit, what's going on here? Okay. So we don't have the weapon over here. Melee weapon component. So yeah. So we're gonna create some simple. Crap. It does not happen on every project with this sandbox issue, but just on some projects when they are not developed too much. Don't know what's the reason for it. Oops, was here actually? Did I close it? I closed. RPG tutorial game. So we compile it. We're gonna run the editor and see, what it does. What we have there, and we're gonna try to create some simple enemy entity. Not even moving. He's gonna be just a square or a cube on the map. So there you go. There is our map. So we can get rid of this and a sword. Oh, okay. Actually, we can have a sword in here. All right. And then spawn point. So we're gonna create some few components. So we're gonna go and do geometry mesh. Only difference will be that this mesh will have different model. We're gonna have objects default primitive cube. Okay, so it's quite big, so I just make sure that I hit it for sure. Okay, that's cool. And then let's give it like 400, so it's not going to go up. Close this. Add component. Rigid body. No component by default. Type rigid. Fine. So it should most likely be already collidable. I shouldn't be able to move it around because it's so heavy. Yes, it is. So it's collidable, so it's gonna pick up the collisions for sure. So at this point, we're gonna also add component. Just close it. Add component. Where the hell are you? Health component. Maximum health 100. Regeneration ratio, well, none. I'm not sure whether it's gonna be initialized once again here, but okay, I picked up the sword in here. Okay, sorry. What we'll have to do is export to engine and run the actual game, because I disabled possibility of using a UI stuff like inventory and stuff in editor. Okay, my sword is gone now, because as I said, he's got this issue that one side of the sword is actually not really visible. So it should be somewhere here. Oh, come on, are you really gonna do it to me now? Fucking asshole. Okay. Let's put this Blade of Fury. Blade of Fury. So put more of them, so make sure that at least one will happen to be on the map, pickable. I have to really take care of the models for this project. Okay. Now every fucking one, huh? So we have the sword in here. So we will see if it can actually do some damage to it. So now nothing happens. If I press the button now, oh, for some reasons nothing happens. So, or maybe he's not colliding with it. Let's see. Let's see what we've got here. So now it collided. Stacking is true, but is alive. It may not be true. Okay, we will see. Let's just go here. So it seems like this entity I created is not alive for some weird whatever reason. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to this health component entire and see if what it actually does here on the initialize function. Properties is alive. Okay, here. So on the initialized value is 0. That's... Oh, yeah. Now I know what's going on. It's not a big issue, but properties. Value equals props f maximum. so we have to assign maximum value on the very beginning of the game. So now if I look at it, then a value should be assigned to 100. If I remember properly, we added, I guess, 100. 100 was the max health for this entity, or for, yeah, for this entity. Max is 100, so now value is 100, so it's gonna be alive. Yep, that's it. So yeah, I picked up the Blade of Fury. There's another one in the nearby, so I hit it now and nothing happens. But if I, as you can see, I press the mouse button and I hold it, another damage. Now I release it and push it again, release it and push it, and now you're dead. No, so it works. If we apply some animations, that would be now very cool, I think. So, of course, the timing should be also here. That when the animation is ending, like, you know, when you already take the shot, the damage should be applied. But timing stuff, it's down to animations, and we will have to take care of that in the end on the designing level. So. But the issue now is that if I hold and press and hold now the mouse button, and I go against it, holding the mouse button is also gonna show victim's health. So I can do no, yeah, actually I have to remove the button for the first time. So we have to get rid of this. What we could do though is let me think. We could actually grab this entity and save it. Could it be? Let me think. There is also, like always in programming, there is multiple ways to resolve the problem, but let me think. We could do timing, so like if you hold it, then in nothing collides, then after 1 or half second, nothing happens. But, well, we don't really want to do this, right? So what we would like to do is when we collide with something, okay, let's try it out. I don't know what should I do with this. Should I actually, okay, let's maybe do this. Because it's unaware over here of this component, so health components. Victim health. Pointer. So we get rid of this now. Victim's health. So he saves the victim's health over here. And now if I attack, and if victim health is there, or wait, actually timing would be better maybe, because if it comes to animations later, then timing is the key stuff that, oh no, actually not timing, but the collision itself. No, timing as well, because on the beginning of the animation no collision is detected usually, so okay, but let's just do this for now. So if we have victim health, and if we have some collider, then, and if victim health is alive, oh no, actually, in general, yeah, okay, let's just do it. Victim health is alive, and I guess that would be it. Then attack it. An attack would mean holy crap, let me think. Oh, it's not that easy. Should I put this over here or over there? Victim health, add, blah blah blah. Oh, I hope you like the way I think. Blah blah blah. Victim's health. If he's alive. So when we collide, we actually save the victim entity. But when no collision appears, then we should actually remove it, and then no collision is actually doing that. So let's do timing better. Timing would be much better than this. I'm telling you, really. Timing will be much better than saving this entity and applying collision later. So let's do a enumeration teamer event, and here we're gonna do like team timer attack is 0. If we have some more timers, of course. Now let's see, health component. Now here in holy crap. So in item component we will see if we have actual, we don't. So what about weapon component? So let's do here also beat 64 entity event timer. Okay, so now it's gonna pass to the weapon actually, and case whoopsie break entity event timer. So now if event equals timer attack, then let's just I'm just gonna make sure that this works properly. Blah blah blah, doesn't matter really, and timer attack. So when I start attack, I'm gonna mp entity set timer. Timer ID will be timer attack, and let's do 1 second. 1000 milliseconds is 1 second. 500 is half second and stuff like this. So, and remember that this should match. If you do number ID, ID is identifier of this timer, so you can modify it later. If you want to kill timer at some point in the game, you go kill timer, and then you just set up your ID. ID is like name for the timer to identify it. So that's why I put 0 here, as you can see. It's 0 enum, so my ID for this timer is 0. But instead of writing 0, I just had some number named, so later I know what's going on. So if after 1 second or after attacking, we will see if timer is actually so now I press 1. Okay, time's up after 1 second. Cool. Now, if I release the button before the time is up, I actually also want to kill this timer, because I don't want this timer to, actually take place anymore. So I kill this timer, maybe before time is up. So in this case, is attacking false. So either after collision or after 1 second from starting attack, the timer, the attacking will stop. So like if your animation takes like 2 seconds, and the second half is actually applying some damage to the enemy. Oops. Okay. So now I hold, wait for a little bit longer this time, and try to collide with it, and nothing happens. But if I now I release it, when I press it and quickly collide, then it does the collision, but not anymore. As you can see, if I'm still colliding with it, then of course I can alright. Cool. So now I could possibly do. So as you can see, health is working very well. Unfortunately, nobody can attack me, but yeah. Let's jump back into the editor. I'm just gonna change the regeneration ratio for this cube, so we can verify if our regeneration is working or not. So perspective, our example map with the cube with our cube, and we're gonna put regeneration 0.02, and now save it up and export to engine and run the game once again. Now let's go there, and okay, that's our Blade of Fury. So now we're attacking it for a few times. So as you can see, if I attack now, 55. Let's wait for a little bit. Attacking again. Oops. So it's 47, 57 it was before. 45, so it's small difference, but as you can see, these numbers are not are not like 0.0 or something. So the regeneration was working without any problems. I don't know if I can find this bullshit here. Fuck it. Anyway, so yeah, regeneration works well. So we don't want this anymore. So we just have this simple attacking system and simple health system. So that will be end for this video, and see you next time.